Hello and welcome everyone to episode 225 of One Piece at a Time, the One Piece read-through podcast where we read and discuss 5 chapters of the One Piece manga each and every week. I'm your host, Derrick Bittner, and I'm joined by my wonderful co-host and freelance letterer, Brandon Bovia. How you doing, Brandon?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm, of course, freelance letterer extraordinaire Brandon Bovia, and we're almost done. The fights are kind of coming down to it this week.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell we're almost done because Oda's all of a sudden like, have some lore, have some crazy stuff. Like, it was just like so focused on Sanji and Zoro the last time, and now we're like immediate next chapter. By the way, lore stuff. And I'm like, what is happening?
The umbrella is just like, or not the umbrella, the curtain is slowly widening, or it feels like we're getting a peek behind the curtain, just like a little bit more each and every week. So I think compared to last week, and I'm curious if folks kind of understood where we were coming from when it came to like, the fights were good, but maybe not like exceptional, right? Like just we're kind of missing that last little kind of secret sauce. I feel like this week is like better than I remember.
Yeah, you point towards what it's the struggle, it's the back and forth. I think that's what was kind of missing, where there was a little bit there, and then it was just bam, done. And you don't get that this time, like whether with Luffy or Kid and Law. Like they have to work their asses off and deal with these new things that are being shown up. Whereas
which I like. I think
Sanji and King or Queen and King was more just like
Queen,
conveniences. Yeah. Which
I guess is feel King and Queen getting taken out like that feels maybe a little bit weird given the build up. I do think like the fact that Oda has like taking out an Emperor of the Sea should feel like work, Yeah. It should feel like, oh God, we're not gonna make it, and I feel like that feeling is so good in this one.
Yeah, just unreal. So let's not waste any time and get right to it because there's a lot to talk about. Good
just
God.
Right from the start, honestly.
Yeah. So, let's get to it with chapter 1036, Bushido is the Way of Death. And get a nice little winter-themed color spread. Not too much to really say about this one, other than the fact that, like, the buildings are, like, half frozen over. So that's, makes for an interesting visual at the very least.
Yeah. I kind of wonder, like, what the sort of, narrative setup, I say very loosely, I'm not, you kind of like what kind of happened here is like, I'm kind of curious about that, but like, this is just fun. I wonder if this actually was this a chapter that came out like during winter. I could not tell you.
Don't know.
they used to. Oh wait. No, yeah, it is. So on the Viz site, you can see we're in January 2022 right now.
Oh really? I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
Did you see that? But
it's just like you scrolled out a little bit. It's right there. I'd kind of forgotten that they put the dates.
Oh yeah, gosh, I did. I forgot all about that. What the heck? All right.
Yeah, which is wild to think that we are 4 years. 4 years behind. But, and like I think we got a comment recently, right? That like this was the newest chapter. Yeah, that makes sense because this podcast started January 2022.
Yeah. So this is what was happening as we were like Wanda was getting ready to wrap up as we were starting the podcast. Crazy.
It's just so funny to think about. Yeah, so we caught up to where we were 4 years ago.
Took us 4 years,
Congrats,
which
everybody.
Is pretty crazy, pretty lengthy, but also not that bad.
Yeah.
So
can't complain, certainly.
No, not at all. But let's get into the chapter itself where, Zoro
just right off the bat, right?
Messed up King. Just from that first, panel. Cut his damn wing off. Has a nice deep gash in him. Like, holy crap.
It'll grow back.
I kind of... It kind of it kind of continues the trend of a lot of people losing limbs in this whole fight.
It really does. Yeah, absolutely. And I do love, I mean, of course, just we see just like that shot of Zoro just kind of coming down from above is so cool. And then just right off the bat, we get an interesting flashback where King is, of course, he's flashing back to Kaido, and what the conversation he's flashing back to is Kaido saying, "Are you still under that belief, King? You think I'm Joyboy?"
What does that mean? I thought Joyboy was how long ago? Other modern people can be Joyboy.
Yeah. So it's like, I think I'm gonna have to reiterate this information a couple times, because it's like, we know that Joyboy was a real person, right? Like, he was a person from the Void Century who left the treasure at Laugh Tale, and left the apology in Fishman Island. So like, he was a real person who existed.
The only thing that I can think of in these cases is that it's a title rather than a name, or it's like, I don't know, a reincarnation type thing that King believes in. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's really interesting. In like I guess, considering, you know, the time, right, of this being like 800 years ago, is like, at this point in time, is Joyboy like a legend to King? Is it like a, you know, in the way that Kaido says, "You think I'm Joyboy," and then he's like, "Is the world I'm creating really the one that you wished for?" So like, it makes you wonder if these two concepts are like somehow correlated.
I guess. I guess Joyboy has this way of shaping the world. It almost seems.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and King says, legends are legends after all. So like, it's just, to him, it is just sort of like, you know, this more like ethereal kind of mysterious thing. It's just really funny to learn, you know, after, like, we as the reader are like, wait, no, I thought Joyboy was like a real person.
And then it feeds you that intrigue immediately. And then I love the transition into the parallels between King and Zoro, where he just goes, you know, just continue to be the strongest there is, and I won't lose any fight either. I'll make you king of the pirates. And then, you know, so it's him bleeding out from getting the sword strike from Zoro, and Zoro thinking back to his declaration. He's like, from now to the day I beat him to become the greatest swordsman, I will never lose again. Got a problem with that, king of the pirates. And, you know, classic not at all, which that's something I have kept track of this entire time. And yes, Zoro has not lost a single fight in the time since the Mihawk challenge, which
yes.
It's quite impressive.
Which I feel like it is impressive, and I feel like is almost like a, you know, like a declaration of intent from Oda himself, because it's like, how do you make a character who he himself, like, his vow is to never lose? Like, how do you make that interesting? But Oda always seems to find a way, you know, like, not that you're ever worried, like, it's One Piece, right? So you're never gonna be like, oh man, is Zoro gonna lose this time? Is Luffy gonna lose this time? Even though like, Zoro's never lost, Luffy's lost plenty of times.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that Luffy has lost. He comes back and gets the win, but Zoro has never really lost a duel in any way, shape, or form. So,
and I guess that really does kind of solidify him as like the, you know, kind of the rock of the Straw Hat crew, right? Like, he's always kind of the one who's always holding it down, the one who's kind of keeping everybody's like emotions in check, and that sort of thing. But I do find the parallels between the vows to be really interesting, as well as this final line from Zoro, where after his flashback, he's like, "I might as well become the king of hell," and it's a fantastic shot. But I'm also like, what did he mean by that?
I don't know, because at first I was just so taken into this that I didn't realize he cut off King's wing in the first panel. I thought he was declaring that after like doing a finishing move against like King's down, and he decides to just disrespect him and cut off his wing as he's going down.
Right, no, yeah, but
which feels like, yeah, that's something the King of Hell would do. That's kind of a dick move in a way.
Yeah. But no, it makes more sense that was from the first attack.
Yeah. Instead, what he's doing is launching himself backwards through the sheer force of his sword.
Yes,
as that King falls.
Clearlance thing that he did earlier.
So I got nothing. I have no idea what that means, but you know what? It sounds badass.
It does, and it's very fitting now that he's kind of taken control of Enma, which I guess is maybe that is what he meant. It's like I am the one in control of Enma now, so now I am the one who is I'm the one giving the King of Hell all the orders.
Yeah, it's sick seeing that swirl of hockey around the swords. Like, makes him look cooler.
It's fantastic. Yeah, it's a really, really good shot.
Yeah. And, we still have all these people watching and reporting on things. And sure enough, they report into the one member of CP0 who stayed behind, who hears that King has just been defeated. He's like, wait, really? So the leaded performers and Toby Verpo are all down. This is a grave state of affairs. But, of course, there are still two monsters in this battle who can render all of this valiant effort futile, and shows Kid and Law fighting against Big Mom and, of course, the damn beams that she gave life to. It's
yes.
It is a hellish-looking fight.
It really, really is. Yeah, I mean, Big Mom looks like she's having the time of her life out there.
And then,
she's
of course,
having fun.
We get the narrator going in and saying, oh, there is another battle being waged here, however, as we see the powder kegs, the flame clouds, and the potential of Onigashima just crash landing into the flower capital. If Luffy defeats Kaido, his flame clouds will disappear, causing Onigashima to fall upon the capital and explode from its store of gunpowder. It would mean the deaths of tens of thousands of innocent people as they enjoy the fire festival, unaware of the danger nearby. And, I like how Momo's looking more and more determined each time we go back to him. Like he
doesn't look so nervous anymore. Yeah, and I see more and more kind of flame clouds around him. So he's still struggling, but he's building it up.
He is. The narration continues. Also, a second menace, the burning spirit of Kanjuro's hatred on Orochi's orders, seeks to explode Onigashima in midair and heads downward with Yamato in pursuit. And I love that little image of Yamato, just like mark him on the map. It's like, oh, there he is. Just kind of adorable.
Yes, it's very, very, very cute. I had kind of forgotten from last week that Yamato was doing all the stuff with the numbers, like, okay, come with me. And so we cut to the basement, the armory, and we have, again, one of the other numbers is just kind of completely forgot about these guys, Roki, guarding the door. It's like, okay, we don't have time to beat him and take the key, so we're just gonna I'll operate the lever that opens and closes the door. Just Fuga, ram it.
Do it the quick way, and it's just this poor guy sleeping, and this Fuga just rams right into this guy, bursts through the door. He's like, what in the heck is happening? And Yamato just jumps over both of them. Down he goes. It's like, thanks, Fuga. Keep Roki down for me. And
right, yeah, I feel like
it's still
it's things like this that. Yeah. It's things like this that make me think like, okay, maybe in another version, like this would have been like a whole like half chapter in and of itself.
I mean, maybe, but I kind of like this version more.
Wrapping it up. Yes, me too. No, me too. I do. This is the better approach. We're like, we're wrapping it up. Let's get these subplots moving.
Yeah, but as we transition to the next scene, I gotta say, this is probably Usopp's best moment throughout the entire stretch of Onigashima. Like, he had his fights, he had his moments, but doing a last stand here when he could easily run away as all of these forces of Kaido come to try to kill Kiku and Kinemon, and he's just like, I'm gonna die. I can't do this anymore. It's nothing but flames and foes in every direction. And meanwhile, Kinemon and Kiku are just like, save the other, leave me. And he's just desperately trying to save samurai. Them. And then he's just like, cool, I'll leave you both and save my own skin. Wait, then why'd I even show up? What is with you, samurai, and your wish for death, your death wishes? What is? And this is a good speech. What use is your pride? Taking responsibility through harakiri? I'm not a fan of this culture of yours. To cling to life with snot running from my nose I cling to life with snot running from my nose if I have to. I don't care if it looks pathetic. I survive. It's what I do, and it's the entire reason I'm standing here alive today. Which kind of gets through to them. It's like, why are you idiots so satisfied with just pulling off your raid? You gotta live no matter what. Don't give up. And it's it's probably Usopp's best example of bravery this entire arc.
Yeah, and it's sort of like colored through humor, through a gag, but like I feel like in his own way, you know, I like this idea of like warrior cultures kind of coming to a head, right? Like I feel like this is, you know, Usopp trying to hype himself up, you know, trying to be this brave warrior of the sea that he always wanted to be, and you know, like to him it is like, no, I have to live another day, and so I like that, you know, it is sort of taken in a more humorous angle of like, oh, you samurai will just, you know, kill yourselves for anything at the first thought, but like me, I'm gonna live, so let's go live.
Yeah. And then I love this. Izo out of nowhere is like, he's right, of course. Get down, and like Usopp jumps away as Izo just unloads a whole bunch of bullets all around and just takes out everybody around, coming in like a boss.
Yeah, absolute badass. It's so good.
It's like, what's he doing here? It's like, oh, I saw Marco on the performance floor too. What's going on? And Usopp doesn't even know who Izo is. Like, who's that? But thanks though. And of course, Izo checks in on Kiku. Is like, you know, I fear. And it's like, no, it's only gonna hurt you. We'll have plenty of time to talk later. Focus on surviving. If you truly believe in Straw Hat Luffy, that is. And that scene of Izo just taking off the sleeves, revealing that he had the mark of Odin this entire time instead of Whitebeard. It's so good. It's so badass.
I didn't even think of that from the angle of like, yeah, he's a Whitebeard pirate who never got the tattoo.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, oh, that's really cool. Actually.
Yeah. It's awesome. I love that. And it's amazing how Izo was just this background character that kind of stood out during the Marineford arc. And then Oda's like, no, I'm going to flesh him out.
Yeah. It's been great. And I love that he's like, take him to safety. God, Usopp. He's like, you know who I am?
Aw. Hey, Hamlet, let's get out of here.
That he calls him God Usopp. It's so funny.
It's so good. I guess Sanji always gets referred to as Blackleg and so forth. So, okay.
I think it might even be on his wanted poster.
It is.
I don't remember. Yeah, okay.
It's the updated one. So, but as they get to safety, we check in on Raizo. This his whole fight is like, undo the paralysis jutsu, Raizo. I have you defeated. Now you undo yours first. Fine, do as you wish, but unfortunately for you, the flames have reached you first. My paralysis will fade as soon as you're dead. I'm a vassal of Lord Odin. You call this heat? I don't even feel it. It's just, I like how this. It's the silliest damn fight, while also being kind of serious because they're going to burn to death. But
yes,
it's like, we have a ninja fight where it's not all that impressive. I wonder if it's a little dig at Naruto in some way.
I feel like it's at least a dig at sort of like the classic like ninja movie tropes.
Yeah, that's probably more accurate to say with this one, but it is really funny.
Yeah,
it's. I mean, it just goes to show the chaos of everything going on, because we check in on that, and hey, here's a few panels seeing what Orochi's up to, where he's still hanging out with Komurasaki.
Komurasaki, yep.
Yeah, and still don't know the story behind that one. She's just sort of keeping him there, playing for him.
All right, hey, he's chilling. You know, everybody's gonna die, but like he's. It seems like he's got the easy end of the deal.
Yeah, I mean, he is thinking, it's like, what's taking you so wrong, Fukurokuju? You know, we gotta escape before the island blows up. He's gonna die just hanging out with her.
Hey, you know what? A fitting end.
Yeah. God, if she's the one to finally finish him off, that'd be perfect.
It would bring it all around full circle.
Yeah.
Especially since we know that's Odin's daughter. He does not.
No, he has no clue whatsoever. And I still don't know if it actually is her or how she got here or what the deal is, but
that is also true. He could just, at this point, he could just be tripping balls. But again, as we talked about last week, Zoro also heard the shamisen, so.
Yeah. I have no idea on that one. But Yeah, well, that's all going on. We check in on the fight between Drake, Apu, and CP0, and by that I mean Apu's running away with Inbi, right. the number. And sorry, Zanki. So long, Drake. And yeah, Zanki's down thanks to CP0. Drake is down. This fight did not go well, and Apu just escaped.
Go well. I feel like we really are kind of building up these CP0 guys. Because this feels just like almost like Terminator-esque. Like these guys who just will not go down and are just kind of slowly creeping forward on the chase. As they're kind of checking in. Like, if you caught Nico Robin, not yet. We were interrupted. It's like, well, hurry, we should leave this castle. It's like, you mean the lead performers are down? So they're telling them, if the new generation should actually win this battle, it would be massive news. The impact would fan the flames of the incidents occurring all over the world as we speak. What happens over the next several minutes will set the course for the times to come. No pressure.
What is happening in the outside world? What are these incidents? I mean, I guess they're trying to shut down the warlords and capture them, but
yeah,
it sounds like there's even stuff beyond that. Is the way they're making it seem. And between CP0 far outclassing what we were seeing with CP9, CP0. Drake was at least the equivalent strength of one of the Toba Rapo. So
yeah,
how strong are these guys? Could they take out King and Queen? It's hard to say.
It's also interesting, kind of now knowing like how strong is Lucci gotten over the time skip? If he is kind of the boss of these guys,
that's the thing. I can't tell if he's the boss or they're the boss. I still don't know yet. Like they're kind of almost.
Well, I guess that's true. But he's the one ordering them to find Robin.
He's the one telling them to find Robin, but hasn't really. It's never felt like orders. Almost, it's just like, hey, it's part of your mission. At least that's how I've read it. And they did say the guys with the masks are the strongest ones. So I don't think Lucci's to their level yet. Which, damn.
Yeah, I'm just wondering since we went out of his way to say that, to show that Lucci was on the other side of the line. It's like, that could be nothing, but
yeah. I don't know, but
this is one of those things that's very interesting to me.
Very much so. And it's so interesting that they take that opportunity to, as that concern for the outside world and what happens with the battle shapes everything, that it just showcases Sanji being cared for by the ladies. Here's Killer, here's Beppo, here's Zoro passed out in his own blood, and then of course here's Law and Kid facing off against Big Mom, and I mean it's like it's going to set the course, and they go, yeah, that's true, but don't you think they've already hit the limit of what human beings can achieve? And that's when we finally go back to Luffy versus Kaido, and it's just a straight up back and forth.
Yes.
And until Luffy is able to get off a Gum Gum rock gun, sends Kaido flying as Luffy goes down at the same time, and they just start laughing as they're wheezing and laughing, and they just get up as like, I'm having fun now. So am I. Just
they've kind of acknowledged each other as equals.
Yeah, they have. That's insane.
It's just this fight has turned into just like it's like the end of Film Z, right? It's just sort of that just like all out just brawl.
What just makes me makes me laugh about all this is that I'm blanking our news bird. I have it.
Morgan's.
He was declared arbitrarily that Luffy was the fifth warlord. He's kind of living up to being declared that.
Yeah, he's the one on his level. Yeah. That's what I love. That's what I love about Morgan's. He's kind of a scumbag, but he's the hype man.
It's kind of perfect. Oh gosh, so it's like, the fight is. It really is the signal, like, the fight is like in it right now, where they're just equal footing. Either way could go. What's going to shift the balance here? Like, okay, it's no longer Luffy trying to reach Kaido's level. He's reached it. Now he needs to surpass it.
Yes.
So
could not agree more. I'm excited. That was our first like look at this fight in what feels like a really long time.
it has been a while. It has been a while, and it's you know what, it feels appropriate that they've sort of just hit that standstill. So I don't know. I don't know, but before we move on, we do have an SBS, and first up is Adachi. Please tell me, Osame Chan's the woman that Sanji saved last time. Her mouse Chuji looks exactly like the mouse that Sanji cooked for him when he was a child. Is it a relative or something? And I was like, oh, you remembered well. Sanji's core kindness can be seen by the fact that he is liked by mice. They wrote mouses? He's liked by mice.
Wow.
While they do look very similar, Chuji and the rat from Sanji's childhood are not relatives. I was relieved that Sanji wasn't taken in by Germa. However, the power of science that manifested in his body made Sanji even stronger. He also gained the power to vanish. But don't worry, it's all about speed, not a trick you can use in the bathroom. So, there you go. And then the next question is, I'd like to date Nami, but could Adachi ask her for her phone number? Just don't let Sanji notice. And Oda says, yes, 7373-737373. Please use a big Denden Mushi instead of your smartphone. And in worst case, Sanji may be the one going to you by tracing the phone's location.
Number pun, 73, me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's Nami over and over and over again.
That's funny. Oh, Japan and their puns.
Yes.
But nothing too crazy there. And honestly, it's the text kind of pointed out the whole mouse thing, so I don't know. It's interesting nonetheless. But let's go ahead and get to chapter 1037, Drunken Dragon Bagua, which is like, oh no. That's not a good sign.
I'll drink to that.
But it's time to get our proper introduction to our next title story. German Double Sixes, an emotionless excursion, where Judge just sighs and we see, I think that's Niji?
I think it's Ichiji. I think it's Ichiji.
Ichiji. And
because he has the one on the side.
One,
and Reiju.
And Reiju sort of just looking out over along with Judge, and it's kind of hard to say what's going on here. It's just sort of like looking out over. It's not giving context until the next few title pages.
Yeah. It's clear from this though that there was a battle that took place. It's looking a little roughed up.
It was pretty significant between them and Big Mom's forces. That's for sure.
Yeah,
so.
I'm really excited for this one because it is one of those like. Oh yeah, I feel like this is a plot line that kind of needed to resolve.
Yeah, it almost sort of says, it might help say what the state of Big Mom's forces are at this point, like what it all means.
Yeah.
So it's very
right because this would have to be like, is this taking place now? Just assuming that Big Mom's not there.
I think so. I think it has to be the general assumption. So. I have no idea where this is going to go, but it should be fun.
Yeah.
Into the chapter itself, though, we check in on the Flower Capital once again as the party is winding down. We got drunks all over. It's the only time of the year they can get drunk. The rest of the time is just pain. Living in this country is hell. You hear that, Orochi? Shut up. You never know what officials might be listening. But, the festival's reaching the end. They're preparing the skyboats, and they're writing a wish to their dearly departed ancestors. And we see wishes like, I want to see Mom. I want lots of water. I hope I can feed my children. It's just like, oof. Really nice way of hammering in what you're fighting for.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it's easy to forget with all the chaos happening on Onigashima right now. Like, I like that we have these just little like 1 to 2 page cuts to the Fire Festival to like just remember that this is all to like liberate the people of Wano who are just living in having a terrible time right now.
Yeah, it's just a nightmare, and it become even more of a nightmare if things don't go well.
I feel like it's important that we've established, like, oh yeah, like Onigashima is like a literal floating bomb right now, but I think it would be easy to kind of not show, like, to kind of let the reader forget, like, like the I feel like we do need to push kind of the consequences and push the tension here.
Yeah. It helps quite a bit to just, it's a reminder of, like, here's the bomb, here's the people, here's the bomb, here's the people. It's like, this is what's at stake. So it's
I don't think he belabors it too much, though.
No. It's only every couple of chapters, I think, whenever it's getting closer and closer to the end.
Yes.
But we return to Luffy and Kaido, where Kaido has broken out the booze and just starts drinking.
He's like, why are you drinking right now? And I love Kaido's like, because I'm having fun. You want one too? Down below, they're having the fire festival in the city. It's the same day we're having our big feast on Onigashima. The feast you and your friends so unceremoniously ruined. And Luffy's like, you're totally drunk. I'm so glad that this gag came back, because it's been like 100 chapters.
It has
more
been
than
a
100
while.
chapters. Jesus, it's like over. It was like right. Oh my god, when was that? Because I know there was a scene way earlier where Kaido was like flipping through his emotions like crazy.
It might have been during the first conflict. I'm not sure. It's been long enough time that I'm not positive. But again, it's the way this leads into things where it's like, oh, you're drunk. Well, just don't use that as an excuse for why I beat you. Got it? It's like, don't be stupid. Why I wouldn't make myself weaker. It's a sign that I've accepted you. And then just starts laughing again. I wonder how long it's been since I fought someone who could truly go toe to toe with me. And he burps. And that's when Luffy unleashes his big old punch. And he declares Drunken Dragon Bagua. Completely dodges it. Lightning Hammered, which I love that name.
That's a fantastic attack name.
And
just
straight down into Luffy Ragnaroku, and oh no, he's a drunken master.
Which I feel like we should have expected this.
We should have, but I did not call it. That's for sure.
Because it's like, as he said, right, that like, so few people can fight Kaido on his level, so it's like, even he's like, when was the last time I had to drink to really get the reflexes going, to really like, all right, you've once again reached the next level, son.
And it's enough of a poundage to take some stuff loose down below on the performance floor again. It's like, there's a huge crack on that roof. First the castle's on fire, now the dome might collapse. What is going on? And Luffy's writhing in pain. He's like, oh god, that actually hurt. God, he's tough.
Yeah.
But then I love how he just Kaido just randomly transforms back into his beast form. It's like, as fun as this might be, the castle and the islands are half destroyed already. They're useless to me right now. I'm so miserable. I can't even keep one castle intact. I'll have to rebuild it, I guess. But it took 5 years to make it in the first place, and it's just drowning in his sorrows. So he's going through the different stages of being drunk.
I love these little labels, by the way. These are so funny.
It's so good. Because Luffy's like, what the heck is happening? Well, I guess I was getting sloppy, so let's try this again. And kind of just says, I gave everything I had, but I think it just wasn't meant to be. He immediately just goes right into the Dragon Twister Demolition Gust, sending Luffy back again. He's like, stay away from me. Just leave me alone, you idiot. And just tears in his beer.
Tears in his beer. Yeah, I think that's my favorite one.
It's really good. Boo! This is what happens to people who don't take a hint. And it's, he's unleashing the Thunder Bagua once again. It's like, Luffy's like, this is throwing me off. And I love this. It was affecting him. Luffy's like, all right, I think I got his rhythm now. Jumps over the club, lands on it, descended into the ground, and then just, take this, you drunk, and just kicks him straight in the face while he's crying. Oh, it's so good. Of course, it's not end all be all because he gets grabbed by the tail.
Yeah, but then they do like almost like with ulti, like they do like a head-to-head like hockey clash, but again they're using Ryuo, so they're not even touching each other. It's so cool.
But Luffy's also being affected because his hockey's getting stronger from being drunk, so Luffy's actually getting sent back. Which this is the escalation I was talking about with Zoro and Sanji that was kind of missing, where there's like, it's looking bad. There's a comeback, and then it's still just a struggle to get to that next step. It keeps it so interesting. But then Kaido's complaining. It's like, just when I think I'm finally good and drunk, you're going to sober me up. And he just unleashes his drunken rage beam.
Yeah. God, I feel for poor Luffy in this, or it's just like, how do you even follow the logic of a drunk man? How are you able to respond to his attacks? But again, like kind of as you're talking about before, I really do think the exchanges here, just Luffy feels like he's just kind of trying everything. He goes in for the rock Gatling, and Kaido with his Kundali Dragon Swarm. It's like he's just kind of blocking it.
Yeah,
like it feels like we had just but it's like it's landing. They're like hitting each other. Like Luffy's on the back foot, but they're still kind of equal, which is what makes this exchange really interesting. And it's like we really do just like I love how much this fight just kind of we get to let them see. Like exchange blows like for a good few pages.
Mm-hmm. Especially because Kaido goes to swing his club. Luffy blocks it with his haki, just like uses that force to just stop it before it can even hit him, and then uses a big old stamp straight to Kaido's stomach, which he's smiling as this is happening. He's having fun, but then of course the hit happens, and Luffy's eyes are shaded over, where it's like, oh, I don't know if I'm having fun anymore. This is tough.
Yeah, you got to lock in. You got to stay locked in. It's fun, but again, if either side gives an inch, everything could fall apart at a moment. And while all that is happening, you flip the page and you smash cut to friggin' Mary Joa.
I know. It's like, here's what's going on in Wano. Oh, here's the fight. Here's the next stage of the fight between Luffy and Kaido, and we're gonna end on Mary Joa just to show what's going on in the wide world. It's like, what the hell is happening? And the way they're talking, I love it. This year's reverie is simply accursed. Oh, let it go already. What's unfolding in Wano? It's what's unfolding in Wano that makes matters pressing now. Who could have imagined the battle would become this intense? And it's the five elders talking. If we strike, should be now. I presume we have Nico Robin in custody already. When Kaido and Big Mom are involved in a fight, death could easily come for anyone, which makes it the perfect cover to eliminate inconveniences. And then as they're talking, there's a shift to the scene near Wano where all the Navy ships are waiting. And it was like, wait, something's going on. There's a huge shadow up ahead. What is it? I don't know, an island? And it cuts back to the five elders. Like, no, that's impossible. That fruit is only a legend now, even to us. It has not awakened for centuries upon centuries. Then why would the world government bother to give that one specific devil fruit another name? It's to erase that fruit's name from the annals of history, isn't it? All the while, here comes freaking Zoe.
Yes.
This blew my absolute mind.
Yes.
I didn't.
Yes.
One, it's like, what the hell are they talking about? And two, Zoe, all of a sudden, I did not expect Zoe to show up again. That's insane.
And not only that, it kind of looks like it's blocking their path.
Blocking their path or coming up behind them to be like, yeah, you guys are going to go away now. I think it's more like...
Yeah.
They're stepping in. So...
You came to the wrong neighborhood.
We minks stand by Wano, so... begone.
Yeah, we're not gonna play. Yeah, we're not gonna play. Yeah, which is even funny again, knowing what we know about Zunisha, right? That like even the minks are kind of like, we don't really know what's going on. So Zunisha, has, as we've seen, right, like kind of has a will of its own, has intelligence, and so on his own was like, all right, time, I'm gonna head out.
It's time. I got to do something about this. So that in itself would be an amazing ending, but.
What's all this talk about the devil fruit?
I know, right? That's the thing about this. It's like, it's what is it? It's like it's impossible. I don't know what it's even referring to at this point. It's that fruit is only a legend now, even to us. It is not awakened for centuries upon centuries. Then why would the world government bother to give that one specific devil fruit another name? And I mean, the only thing I can think of in terms of this has to be the gum fruit.
Right. And
because
I mean, yeah.
It was very specifically mentioned by Who's Who that it was in government government the government had it before Shanks took
they had it. Yeah.
But it never came across as that special of a fruit.
Right, yeah. As far as, it's the gum fruit. It's completely normal. But, I feel like there could kind of be two angles to this. Because the way they're talking of it's to erase that fruit's name from the annals of history is like, are they talking about Zunisha? But, like,
maybe?
I feel like we have had this angle this whole time of ever since we learned about devil fruit awakenings from Doflamingo. It was like, okay, so this is what Luffy's going to achieve at some point, right? Like you would not introduce that the concept of awakening, and we've gotten it, from so many other characters, Katakuri, Law, Kid at this point. So it's like, yeah, it makes sense, but like this sort of what is Oda doing with the gum fruit, right? Sort of the casual drop that, oh, the government had it for whatever reason. But that also, like, the way that the elders are like, it was a legend even to us, is like, really?
I know. I love, if it does end up being the gum fruit, and that is a perfect swerve from Oda, who very pointedly made it seem like the gum fruit is really not that special. Luffy's able to use it well, but it's his strength that's giving him, like, allowing him to do all this stuff with the gum fruit. And then they're even showing flashbacks about how hard he had to work to make it even viable as a devil
exactly
fruit.
Yeah.
So the fact that there's potentially something more to it, or let's say, is Zoe the awakened devil fruit? Is this a man? Giant?
Right. And that's the other interesting thing too, because this is one of my favorite things. We will double back around to this eventually, I promise. That friggin' line from Crocodile in Impel Down, where he was like, those are awakened oh my god.
Zoan.
Yeah. Awakened Zoan devil fruits. And it was the jailer beasts. Yeah, and they were just like giant animals with like the dot eyes, and then you're like, oh wait, those things were human, or were something that was given a devil fruit that awakened. So it's like, okay, so what happens when like that awakening seemingly has nothing to do with like when we see Paramethea awaken, where it's like you can control other things outside of your own body. So it's like, what meaning does awakening have to, like, if it's Zunisha, is it like we don't want the Zoan to awaken for this or that, or do we not want the gum fruit to awaken because this, that, or the other thing? But you can't even fathom that, like, okay, what would rubber changing other objects achieve?
Yeah. The other thing is, I mean, it just made me think of this as you listed out the awakened devil fruits that we've seen so far. It's all Paramecias.
Yes, that is very intentional.
Yeah, we've not seen any awakened Logia, not any awakened Zoan, and I would almost go off the idea that only Paramecias are technically the weakest of the devil fruit, but they have the potential to awaken, which puts them on par with the other devil fruit. It'd be that.
Yeah, I could see that.
I'd say that, but then we have the awakened jailer beast, so it's like, what the hell?
Yeah, which that seems completely like unassuming, right? Sort of the concept of what Crocodile randomly dropped as awakening versus what we've been dealing with since Dressrosa is like, they are two completely like separate concepts.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's so funny. The how this chapter ends really is just like, I'm gonna let you sit on this for a little while between that and the Joyboy thing from the last chapter. It's like, all right, man, what are you doing?
Yeah, Oda's building to something. He can't. He's not just dropping this stuff randomly. There's purpose behind this. What purpose that is, I have no freaking clue.
Oh dear.
But before we move on, we do have another SBS, so let's check in on that. Saying first up, in chapter 1032, Yamato and Fuga were having a friendly conversation, but since when did the two of them get along? Oda says, this is it. I tried to draw it many times, but I couldn't draw it because there were just too many battle scenes. As you can see, Fuga has the power of the horse. Actually, this is the result of stealing and eating Smile from Kaido's room when he was hungry. He actually laughs at this. Kaido was angry and put Fuga in a prison cell, and the other numbers laugh at him because of his weird legs. After going through those bad experiences, Yamato says to a crying Fuga, but those legs are so cool. After that, Fuga and Yamato became good friends. So there's a relationship there. It's not that it's not just that they listen to him. It's just Fuga, and that's really cool. I'm a little sad that it's not in there, but it works as it is.
I understand that they're really, there would be a hard scene to fit in, but I'm glad we did eventually get an explanation for it.
Yeah. Let's see. Next one is, does a Karyudon or Fire Dragon Emperor come from curry udon? Does King like udon? And it is curry udon. His favorite food is flying fish sashimi, but curry udon is also delicious.
So that's why I forget if we even mentioned this during the King fight, but that's why in the translation where he uses extra large Imperial flaming wings, so we changed it from like a rice bowl to wings to kind of get the joke across better that it was food.
Yeah, he definitely making another food pun.
Yeah.
So that's fun. That's fun.
Yeah.
Next up, Oda. Momonosuke's 8 years old. So why is he so perverted? Is Oda the same way? And it specifically has the image of him nuzzling into, I think it's Nami's chest and making that look at everybody else. He's like, the question is, when do boys get so pervy? I'm trying to keep this a secret because if you make this public, they won't be able to use their privileges. I won't open my mouth.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, Oda.
oh, Oda.
Yep. All right. Well, let's continue on to our next chapter, 1038, Kid and Law versus Big Mom. Oh,
time for the main event.
Yes. As soon as I saw this, I was like, oh, hell yes. Let's do it. But before that, time to check in and see what Niji and Yanji are doing, and they are full-on captive in Chocolat Town on Cacao Island. We can see, I forget his name, but the number 3 son, who is
Oven.
Oven, yes. Using the powers of the guy who has the book fruit or whatever that's called.
Montdor.
Montdor, thank you. And then I believe that's Pudding on the right.
I think that is Pudding. I was kind of, I'm unsure, but I don't know who else it would be.
I think it's Pudding. So I wonder if she's going to try to help Sanji's family because of her liking him.
I like that. Yeah.
So
yeah. Let's see where this goes.
Yeah, it's an interesting wrinkle. Also, it really does show how just unnatural these guys are. That they have just, they're nailed into this book and they're just like through the chest and they're just like whatever.
Yeah. It really is an emotionless excursion.
Mm-hmm. And it does also show why the other 3 were looking out into the distance because 2 of them were captured.
They got.
Yeah, that's pretty significant.
Yep.
So, I have a feeling I'm going to like this one.
I do too. I was not paying attention to this one at all while these chapters were coming out.
That's the funny thing is that so many of these that you just seem to skip so many of these title stories.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you pay attention now that you've been keeping current since us doing this, or do you still just sort of skip by them?
The one after this one I thought was kind of boring.
Oh, of course. Of course.
There's one really, not really, really, but one kind of nuts lore drop in it, but was not. It was kind of the one part about it where I was like, oh, huh. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I do kind of like that. I am paying attention to them now more on the podcast, but yeah, for the most part, like I always tell myself I'm gonna go back and read them when I'm done, and I never do.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. But let's get into the chapter itself, where we check in on Raizo and Fukurokuju once again, and while the fires are certainly closer and on top of Fukurokuju now, Raizo's completely engulfed.
Yeah, he's on fire, and Fukurokuju's like, undo the jutsu, Raizo, we're both gonna die. And he's bro's locked in. You know, it looks like he's just like gritting it through the pain.
Yeah, he's just you just know he's thinking of Odin in the pot.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's all we get from that. Otherwise, it's everybody's trying to get out of the castle. Things are collapsing. It's gotten bad. Like I was saying how before, it's like really hard to tell that everything was on fire. These scenes show that no, this castle is coming down, almost crushing some guys until Jinbei shows up, propping up and saving the samurai. Is like, you know, and he's like, you're all still here. Get out while you can. How far are the flames spread so far? It's one thing to die in battle, but these flames are going to kill scores of men all on their own. So we're trying to get all these people who are almost going to burn to death as all this is going on. And the fight's still happening. It's like, stay away from Big Mom. Don't get anywhere near that fight. And finally, after who knows how much time, Chopper reverts to his normal form.
I also like the idea. We had kind of seen this before of like, oh god, the Big Mom fight is so crazy that like just random people are getting caught in the crossfire or anywhere close to it.
And Chopper has a mission because he is extremely worried about Zoro because of that medicine. It's like, he's going to suffer choice damage, and he was already couldn't move, so now it's doubled. So he's not going to die, is he? And we check in on Zoro, and this is the last we see of him in this set. Mm-hmm. Which, boy, am I interested in what all this means. And it's just like, who the hell are you? And here's death. With a full-on
the Grim Reaper himself,
ready to reap him, like drawn back and everything. It's like, what's going on? My body won't move. No, stop! Don't do it.
And that's it. All right,
that's all we see.
I was unsure if I should say this or not. I think I'm gonna say it because it's pretty funny. This has not come back up a single time ever again in the next whatever chapters of the manga we have left.
Really?
Yeah, has not come back up.
I mean, it's a good symbol that Zoro is dying right now. He's in not great shape. But I honestly thought he was gonna, like, if I had to guess anything, if I was going to go anywhere, is like when Frankie saves him, Zoro is sort of metaphorically like using his sword to hold back the scythe and like struggling to hang on, to living that desperately. That he's actually sword fighting with death.
I wonder if there is something kind of there, again, because Zoro was like, blah, 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 I'm going to become the king of hell. And here's the king of hell being like,
nah. Right. It's a traditional look for death, but it's a good, like, that's a great skull.
It's a great shot, and it sticks out in your mind, which is why when we got to this, I was like, oh, yeah. Well, I feel like I would remember if this was something that has like got resolved or came back up again. To my knowledge, it has not. I could be tripping. There could be something that I like missed. If you've been listening to this podcast for 225 episodes, my memory is not perfect. But
we do our best.
I do think that makes it. I think that makes the scene all the more interesting.
Just going straight through, so we do our best to keep track of everything.
Yeah. Turns out there's a lot to keep track of.
Yeah, who would have guessed? But hey, Frankie is on the way trying to find him. He's close by, so it's there's a way out of this. But things are not looking so good for Izo because, he successfully took out the guys attacking, but he was a little careless, got sloppy, and got shot. So he's like, these are still the Animal Kingdom pirates. So, Kiku, Kinemon, I hope you managed to escape. And then all of a sudden he senses somebody. He turns around and it's CP0.
I'm telling you, man, the Terminator vibes.
I know. It's just like anybody that they meet up with, he's like, oh no.
Yeah. And, the way that, they're even like, we never saw each other today, Izo. Given my job, I shouldn't be allowing the remnants of Whitebeard's crew to run free after their historic crimes. But we're only here to deal with the Straw Hat Pirates until we meet again another day. And I love it. They're just kind of like, we're just going to let this go. We're just going to walk right past you. And Izo just coolest MFer on the planet. With the gun up, he's like, no, CP0, don't go yet.
And that's the last we see.
I want to see more. I want to see more.
I mean, last time it was like that person was messed up, but I feel like they might have held back and, not killed Drake because, government agent despite everything. But
yeah,
I don't know if they have that same mercy for Izo.
Right.
So
he's looking for a fight.
I do love how Oda is quite effectively building these guys up as a legitimate threat.
It was like, something I don't think I really noticed my first time reading these chapters of just like amongst all the other things happening that like, no, CP0's presence here is like actually a huge problem. And it is like characters are kind of just getting downed one by one. And we know they're looking for Robin. We know that like, they're on a mission all on their own. So it's like, all right, what's this other element? How is this going to come into play with all the other moving parts that we have here in Onigashima?
Yeah, and I got no clue. They've just been this wild card through a lot of it, and it's so interesting that for a long time I just felt like, okay, CP0 aren't really fighters; they're just the ones sort of doing the background stuff, which makes them kind of interesting in that way. But then it's like, oh no, they're actually really, really, really strong.
Yeah, because they were in Dressrosa, but we didn't really see that much of them.
No, they didn't really do much, so you just sort of like, okay, they're here. Yeah. But then I love this next sequence with Yamato as he, just the way he zooms down the stairs is so perfect. Just that sense of speed as you see the map, and it's like, gotta go. There it is. Oh no, please stop. There's the giant bombs. Transforms into man-beast form. Namaju Glacier Fangs freezes the 3 bombs that is about to hit. But even so, it is sizzling just as it's melting the ice. And it's just like barely keeping it from exploding. It is as close as you could possibly imagine.
Right. And then, he like, bonks it with the Mahoroba, and then it like grows out a hand. He's like, Lord Orochi. And, so Yamato's not having an easy time with this either.
No, he gets engulfed in flames and sort of pushed back. So, there's just fire everywhere. But, time to take a little break from that because it's finally time to focus in on Kid and Law versus Big Mom. And it's not going well because they're both on the ground where their crews are literally...
Yeah, they're begging.
They're going to die. Cut them a break.
Yeah. And all Big Mom there's been so many shots of Big Mom just lording over the both of them, just like a true proper supervillain. And she's like, listen to your men pitying you, must make you feel pretty pathetic, boys. It's just they're both down for the count. It's they're all like, oh god, hang in there, boss, you're still breathing. We got the Law's medical team, come save the captain. But Big Mom is having none of it, with her god of lightning Tenji, and she's got Hera, just lightning bolts everywhere. Like, not only Law and Kid, but like their whole crews are just dying.
I will say this right now though. I have a prediction for a future SBS.
Okay.
Because the medical team, how'd those guys get to Onigashima? They were patching up Luffy on the ground in Wano.
Oh,
because it's the guy always forget his name, but the slave that Law rescued.
Yeah, John Paul. I think.
John.
Yeah, he's there.
Yeah, he was on the ground. He was not part of the team that made it into.
Yeah, he was in the submarine.
So, how'd they make it up here? So I'm looking forward to Oda's excuse for that mistake, because he did not ride on top of top of Momo.
Yeah, that was just Luffy.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah.
Yeah. Shinobu's still on Wano as well.
Yeah. Let's keep that in the back of our heads. I'm actually really curious.
Yeah. I'm like.
I love a good continuity error.
Yeah. And usually I don't notice them. This one I noticed right away, because you have that one really distinctive crew member.
Yeah. There's also the possibility, since we're using the weekly versions, that maybe he erased him from in the volumes. It could be something in a correction. Could not be. Yeah, I would be really interested to see.
Yeah. We'll keep it in the back of our minds. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, Big Mom's not letting any of it. It's like, this is a battlefield, and just uses God of Lightning Tenjin to just send him all scurrying away. He's like, she's definitely winded. She's like, I've yet to hear a roar of victory from Kaido up above. You better not still be up there playing patty cake with that straw hat boy, Kaido. Hera,
funny because that's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, I know. And I love this note from her. It's like, even I'm getting tired now. It's time to put an end to this. So they are wearing her down.
Yeah, she's huffing and puffing.
Law, who, I don't think they could have done what they do to Big Mom if it was not for Law. They would have needed Luffy there to use that sort of that hockey that can pierce, that can go.
Oh yes, body. Yep.
Because I do think that Luffy could do actual damage to Big Mom now.
Yeah. I think that is much like Kaido, and we had kind of established that at this point, that just like her exterior is just like super tough.
Yeah. And now it's Kroom, anesthesia, and she's just saying, we're done here. And all of a sudden, as she's going away, bam, sword straight through the arm and through the neck out the other side of her body. It's kind of a gruesome sight but of course, realize that, like, oh no, they're they're not actually, that doesn't actually hurt her physically, at least at first.
Yeah.
But I do love this for another reason, is that this is Oda's slight indication that this crew anesthesia can also help him lengthen his sword and send it out. He did not do that the first time.
That'll be an important hint for later.
Yes, it will be. But yeah, even Chopper points out, it's like, what's with the huge sword? It's like, yeah, I know the last one had an effect. The penetration doesn't hurt. The real pain is from, and Big Mom's even like, oh no, not that. Shock will, and just straight through her head. Like that, that is definitely doing something, and blood spitting out. Definitely ticking off all the girders that are trying to go after Law, when all of a sudden, I'm being pulled. Here's Kid pulling them all into himself. Is like, guys, stop. You I-beams need to stop yapping and obey my magnetism. And Big Mom's like, you're still grandstanding, Kid? I guess you brats really want to take my head, don't you? And that's when Kid says something interesting. It's like, for some reason, I feel like I'm driven by a different goal now. I'm guessing Kaido's nearly done up there too. Even water droplets can carve stone given enough time. There ain't a single thing in this world that's totally impervious to damage. And that's when he makes this giant bull, the punk corner Dio, and just shoves Big Mom into a wall. It's
amazing.
It is so good. And then just this final declaration, from both of them, I'd rather die than let you go to the roof. Damn.
Fantastic. It's like, this is like their final push. I love that, establishing first, like, oh no, they're down for the count, and then once Big Mom starts leaving, it's like and the idea that, like, even Law and Kid are kind of like, they know that, kind of like how Luffy understands he's the only one who can fight Kaido, and has to fight Kaido so that he doesn't go after the other people. That Law and Kid are like, we need to keep you where you're at, so that you don't stop Luffy from doing his thing. So, like, I love that of course they pretend like they don't get along, and we see a lot of that during this fight. But I like that it ultimately still like have that innate understanding.
They're on the same wavelength, very much so.
Exactly. Yeah. Which is it's just great. And so this fight is back on. It's also interesting that we got like with the chapter titles, right? We got Sanji versus Queen, Zoro versus King. Those were like the end of those fights. This is Law and Kid versus Big Mom, and it's like, oh no, we're not done yet.
Yeah, it is only just starting, and I'm intrigued. By like it's just one of those things like, oh, I got to see what happens next. I was just absorbed reading this, and again, it's hard everybody playing their parts once again because. Luffy could not handle both Big Mom and Kaido at the same time. Impossible. So in order for Luffy to win, they need to do their job. And
absolutely.
It's always entertaining.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and continue to chapter 1039, Top Billing. And another color spread here, just in the jungle.
I really love this one, actually. Even if it's not like a crazy concept, but the colors, I love the kind of purple that he's using for like the cast shadows of the kind of the forest. Big Jaya Skypiea vibes on this one.
Yeah, you're right about that. Definitely has those vibes.
I love Robin off in the corner, kind of finding like a painting of Brooke.
And she has the cowboy hat back on again, which is always a classic look for her.
Just my favorite.
Yeah.
Just the best.
It's good. But into the chapter itself, Momonosuke is still struggling and finally says, It's moving backward. Must get further from the capital. Momonosuke is succeeding in getting Onigashima away from the flower capital by grabbing hold of the smoke.
It's like literally physically pulling it.
So
it's adorable, but hey, man, whatever gets the job done. But then he has a little exclamation point, and he's like, "Somebody call it out to me," and you're already thinking, "Who's he hearing?"
Yeah, I was like, I have an idea about that. About considering. Who's around.
We got to talk about the elephant in the room,
Nice. I will say though, it is very interesting that Momo at this point has probably successfully kept the flower capital safe, at least for now.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody on Onigashima, no, because
that is another problem. Yes.
So
it's like we've solved one problem, but we are still quite in the process here. But like he's making good progress, so it does feel like every time we check in on Momonosuke, like he's actually doing a kind of a good, better and better job.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. But let's check it back in on the performance floor. Everybody's kind of amazed that Big Mom actually got knocked off her feet by this giant bull.
Dude, that shot is so sick, man. With the punk Cornadillo looming over Big Mom. So good.
It's God, just the size of it all.
Yeah.
And of course it's like, oh God, Big Mom's not down for the count, is she? Oh please, not to them. And of course their crews are cheering for them, and it's still John Bard's still there. That's still staying consistent.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. And Big Mom is just like, she's reeling from the double dose of inside and outside damage, and Kid is of course time to be a bit smug. He's like, that's got to be hurting the old hag now. Hey Eustace, time for round 2. And I love how Law is always the most concerned about this.
He's so petty.
Whether it's Luffy or Kid, he's just like, you just had to do your big fancy attack right after mine to make it look like you were the winner. I'm not your opening act. And Kid's like, you serious right now? Who cares?
Yeah. It's funny because I feel like Kid would make the same comment in another situation.
Oh, totally.
And it's God. I think what I love about this is that like I feel like in a lot of other just like common storytelling trope, right? Of, oh, these guys are rivals. They have to learn how to work together. They're always like constantly bickering at each other's necks. They're like, if you really think so, you go first next time. Put a real big hurt on her. Then I can finish the job. And he's like, don't tell me what to do. The ultimate attack I've got up my sleeve is the one that'll end that hag. It's like, oh, what comes after the bull? A hippo? An elephant? It's like, shut up. I'm gonna tell you my secrets. Like you would think that like the whole rub with this fight would be like, oh, they can't fight Big Mom until they kind of overcome their differences. And it's like, no, not really.
No. No.
They are in sync, just not on the surface.
Yeah, exactly. This moment is so unbelievably sick. Because Big Mom's arm is broken from all that. Cracked some ribs too. So, gotta watch out for Trafalgar's moves. They're dangerous. But here, I'll give you life. Come back to me, Bones. And she uses her power on her own bones, and you hear from within her, yes, Mama. She gave life to her bones.
I feel like
just
she's
so she
effectively
can heal
immortal.
herself. Yeah.
I feel like she is like the soul fruit really is like this is kind of, I feel like Luffy, like Gear 2, Gear 3, like, oh, my whole body is my devil fruit. Here are my bones. Whatever, it's fine. I could just heal myself. Like, oh boy, yeah. It just, the way that, again, Law and Kid are pretty beat up, and Big Mom is definitely wheezing, but she's like, all right, I'm back. How do you beat somebody this monstrous? She
has to have some of my favorite devil fruit use. Just because of the sheer fear of it, agree. And just the clever way she uses it, and just how utterly terrifying it could be at all times. And the fact that she uses it so willy-nilly, because she was giving life to the food she ate.
Yes. And I feel like, especially now at this point where she's being pushed to the brink, I really love the way Oda draws like her eyes and her like facial expression. She's getting more and more deranged. Like her hair is like on fire for all of the sequence. Like it is, she looks amazing. One
of my favorite villains, I think. She is.
Yeah, I did the same. Well deserved. Is so up there.
So of course, seeing that, they're like, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. No jokes. The next round's gonna be the last one for me. I'll have no strength after my next attack, but I guarantee you, it won't miss. So I need you to, and of course, Kid is like, I just told you not to give me orders. So they're still doing this whole thing. Big Mom's ready. He's like, Prometheus, Napoleon, Hera, here we go. Mazer Saber, and just cuts the bull in half. And it's like, the Kid's like, that's just scrap to begin with. That's nothing. And it's like, you're nothing. And as Big Mom says back, is like, the time for dreaming is over. Listen up, you brats. We've sunk hundreds of people just like you into the sea. We've been reigning as emperors for decades, since the days before you were weaned off your mother's milk. And just the
Kid's just going in. I love that panel. She's swinging her Mazer Saber back in for the attack. I just how unhinged. Like even her eyes are kind of like blotted out, and they're just like just fire emanating out of them. It's great.
And Kid just going fearlessly, like hopping straight towards her. And what he does is assign 2 different polarities to her head and to the building behind her. And so she gets flung backwards, can't use her Mazer Saber, just gets her head attached while the bull is still charging towards her. So she's going to get impaled by this bull. And you can see like the fears. It's like, no, I can't get loose. And it's like, Mama, look out. And then she just goes, ugh, picks up the damn building, rips it off, turns around and blocks the bull, which is the single most badass moment I've seen in this. Like, this woman is unstoppable. I love it. She is amazing. I don't know how anybody can't like her as a villain. I think she might top Doflamingo from this one move alone. This might be my favorite move from this whole fight. Like, and just the way that, they're like, she stood up tower and all, and even Kids like, that's just ridiculous. Just, why would you put all this extra weight on my back? And she just starts has this mist come out of her mouth. It's like mother's visit cannon. 3,000 leagues, and it's like, yeah, we got to get out of here. Misery. And I believe what she does is unleash an attack and then immediately assign it with soul power to make it alive.
It's a stand. Big Mom has created a stand.
That is insane.
I forget exactly what the pun is here, but I do know the translation they were clever with it. In Japanese, the name of this attack is just it's misery in Japanese, and it's like pronounced as mizari with the kanji for 3,000, and I forget what 30 is, but I assume that they kind of fit it into 3,000 leagues of misery. So like they're kind of blocking out the pun into kind of describing what it is. Okay, nice. God, they're so clever with this.
But man, just sending out Misery to take out Kid. She's like, keep going, destroy those little, a giant piece of the just crashes on top of her head, thanks to Law, and crashes her into the ground. She's off her feet once again, and that's when you see Law doesn't even say it, just starts coating the sword and getting like a Sephiroth pose of ready to stab down towards her. And I love how she's upset by this because she's like shaking it off, like has her hand on her head, and then just right through her chest. And he's like, "Not you again, Trafalgar!"
And then you want to know, just like, oh, okay, Law can extend his sword, and he's, just like right in it. And then we cut to the underground armory where Yamato is. Yamato trying to fight off Kazenbo. It's like, what the heck is that? Just seeing the sword just shook, just like right behind him.
And then it just keeps going into the ground above Wano. And it's like, you think you're hot stuff, do you? I won't let you don't want to let go. And Big Mom's beating the hell out of Law with her hockey covered fists, and he is taking that damage, and he's just like, not yet, must go deeper. It's like, she's just like, give up already, get off of me. It's like, no, get away from her, Captain. You're going to die. And finally, he feels satisfied. And he goes, puncture, and she's like, huh? No. Don't. Like the genuine fear there. Will, and that shot of just exploding the ground beneath, just to show just how much power and force is being sent through that sword and straight into her body.
I think this might be like one of Law's best attacks since Punk Hazard. Like, I think this is up there with him cutting all of the SAD, just like the entire island's laboratory, like in half.
The back and forth on this fight is simply unreal.
It really, really is. It feels like at any moment when one character has the advantage, somebody else comes up with like some new interesting technique to, bring the advantage back to their side. And like with Law and Kid and Big Mom all kind of like vying for power. It's simply sublime. Like this, I think, really is like one of the best fights in Onigashima.
I agree with that. It's such a standout, and it's effective too because she is just screaming. Her eyes are blooded out. She is in rough shape, and she's falling toward the hole that's beneath her.
Yeah. Also, Law made both a giant hole in Onigashima and a giant hole in Wano.
Yes. And Yamato's looking up. He's like, "What's with that hole?"
Yeah, jeez.
But that's all of his energy. Law has nothing left. So, Big Mom just says, "Burn him to death, Misery." Yes, Mom, and he calls out, "Do it, Eustace." It's like, and Big Mom looks up, is like, "What is that?" And of course, Kid is like, "How many times do I have to tell you? You don't give me orders," as he has a freaking giant gun pointed straight down at Big Mom.
This is also one of my other favorite attacks.
All three of them get an amazing attack. that
Yes.
just blows me away and kind of blows her away. And I love this. It's like, you rats. And it's charging up. And she's like, oh, give me all you got then. You think you can beat me? I'm Big Mom. And that it just says, and that's why we're getting rid of you. Damned punk. Your era is over. And he just hits her with a damn rail cannon.
It is. Damned punk might also be like one of my favorite attack names.
Oh my
so,
God.
And just Law declaring your era is over as she just face tanks like the full brunt of a laser beam. Fantastic. Cinema.
Oh my God.
This is how you fight an emperor.
Yes.
Oh,
again, we've had hundreds of chapters at this point of Whole Cake and everything, and the sheer strength of her is also punctuated by the beginning of the next chapter. But before we can get to that, we do have another SBS. God, I love these chapters.
Yes, yeah, it's so hype. Fantastic, love it.
Yeah. Oh my God. Anyway, the SBS for chapter 1039. First up, 23 years. Thank you for waiting. I'm sorry, I just bought a cola. What? No, I told you in SBS Volume 9 that I wanted to drink cola. I already bought it, but I forgot to give it to you. Yes, please. And it's like, really? Thanks. But when I looked it up, the expiry date for the cola was a half a year. I should drink it. Okay, let's drink it. So apparently somebody wrote in 23 years ago in Volume 9 about
my God.
some sort of cola thing, and saying, it's like, hey, I got you the cola, and it's like, oh yeah, I bought it for you, here you go. And it's like, the joke is it's expired. That's a long game.
Only a manga like One Piece could enable bits like that.
Yeah. I have no idea. Either way, we only have the other question is, in an English vocabulary book, I've searched the meaning of the word snatch, which means to act to rest, such as victory. Take something away. I couldn't stop thinking about the relationship with the samurai's tsunachi. So can you tell us about that?
Ooh,
and
okay.
Oda goes, yes, there's a slogan called chest in the swordsmanship of the Satsuma clan called Jingen Ryu. It means to jump into the opponent with an empty mind. If you use it as it is, it wouldn't make sense in the real world. So I tried to use the word tsunachi as a desperate slogan to surrender your name and be as a child. That's it. So I guess sort of a rough idea of what tsunachi means.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So I guess because we had the explanation for it in the translation when they said it at some point during the flashback, and so I guess they were kind of on the money. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. I got nothing. This is one of those SPSs that's a little hard to interpret.
Yeah, I feel like you got to get deep in the lore. You got to do some hard research on that one.
Mm-hmm. For sure, but either way, let's get to chapter 1040, our last for this set. Wasted words on young ears, and I love the juxtaposition of Kid and Law doing all this damage to Big Mom, and we have the two Germa here thinking back to them fighting Big Mom and her absolutely pummeling them. That's why they got captured, because they couldn't handle Big Mom.
Yeah, a creature beyond the power of science. It's good juxtaposition. I feel like, again, kind of like what we were talking about last week with Sanji, just kind of like, no, we've refuted your ideology.
Oh man, that's pretty interesting. Just seeing Niji and Yanji thinking about, it's like, man, we weren't strong enough to take out Big Mom. What is up with that? And she's just using her fists. She's not using anything else.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, oh yeah, this is the relatively normal looking Big Mom, and then here we have like the super god mode Big Mom.
Yeah, especially so because as we get into it, the rail cannon is still being fired into Big Mom as she's clinging to the sides of the hole. She is just barely hanging in there.
She's grinning. She's like, heh. And she's just completely, just taking it straight on. Which is, and like, you have that shot that's zoomed out, and just like, yeah, you brats, and just the laser beam just keeps going, and the crew is like, she's not getting blessed down to the hull. After all this, she still won't go down, and you can see it. She's just like gripping on like with dear life.
But I also love that
like,
map that Oda has to show just how deep this hole is.
Yes.
And of course, it's just like those two can't keep going if she keeps holding on like this. And that's when we see why she's smiling. Make your choice. You can select the fate you'll suffer the moment I deflect this thing back at you. You can give me 50 years of your lifespan, or you can keep it and serve me. Life or slavery. And just the way her eyes are, it's just like, oh, she's so freaking cool.
She is. It really, like, despite all of this, it feels like that she still feels like she is still in control and still has the advantage. Because
all she has to do is just take their life away. Have that, instill that fear. That's all she needs to do, and it's enough.
And it's working, right? Like, they're like, you should get away from her, boss, and they're all starting to run away. It's like, and just even Kaido's men. It's like, she's taking our lifespan away too. Like, no creature on the brink of death is this powerful. She's terrifying, and you get that, like, again, her eyes blotted out, like the dark ink shading, and she really does just feel like a complete monster. It's like, I don't know. To me, it feels like how she was like in the flashback.
Yeah.
Like, just kind of completely out of control.
Oh my God. It's incredible. And they're just like, we got to get out of here. And that's when Law just says, follow your own advice. And the kid backs him up. Why should we be afraid of the weak words of some old hag who's outlived her welcome? And Law just unleashes Re-Room. I can only imagine how hideous your death scream will be. And that's when they realize neither of them are losing even a second of their lifespans. And it goes right back to Jinbei doing that all the way back in Whole Cake. No fear.
No fear.
For this Emperor of the Sea. And here comes misery. I'll save you, mama. This is... And all Law says, this is what my savior would have done as he unleashes the Re-Room. And it's like, don't you know when to give up the Ghost Emperor? This is from Kid. Let me give you a hand and send you on your way to hell. What's Re-Room? He casts silence. And so the beam still goes through, but everything within the bubble surrounds Big Mom, and all the sound around her vanished. The technique extinguishes all sound created by your influence, which was taught to him by Korra. And that's
so good. Law's like his final attack is it's like his send off. It's the shout out. It much like Red Hawk. I feel like for Luffy, like this is Law's like taking the influence from the person who saved my life. It's a fantastic. Just that one little panel of Corazon. It's good.
Yeah, it's so good. And of course Big Mom's like, I can't speak, and I can't hear you. And there's like, oh, misery's coming behind you, Captain. And as Kid charges up a second blast, follow-up, damned punk, Law turns around and cuts Misery in half.
Incredible panel, too. Just,
you're
seeing both of these things happen at the same time of, like, Misery getting chopped in half in the foreground, Law just, like, spinning around in midair. You've got Kid in the background shooting another damned punk into Big Mom. Insane.
Yeah, and you get, at least I get the sense that, Kid, Law is doing all this stuff because he knows they've won. They're so close. Yeah. They just need to have that push. And so he's putting every last bit of himself into all of this. And that's enough. She loses her grip and she's calling out, Prometheus, Hera, what are you doing? Save me. And she can't communicate with him because of the Re-Room.
Yep.
Brilliant. Down she goes, and all of a sudden Yamato sees her. He's like, what? Big Mom? Wait, why isn't she making any noise? And
Yamato was so confused. It's like, what is happening?
what is going on? And Big Mom reaches out in desperation and grabs a hold of one of the frozen bombs.
Yep.
And Yamato realizes this, and he puts up an ice shield. It's like, oh no, it's going to set off the others. And this is enough to cause the explosion and satisfy the, what is it, Senzo? Kozenbo, that's right. And it's like, oh, Lord Orochi, and just sort of dissipates. And it's just like, damn it, of all the luck. And the bomb just exploded straight in her face, and down goes Big Mom out of Onigashima, down into those depths, and we get this last narration from her as we see all these scenes of people barely hanging on from these fights.
Yeah.
Hey, Roger, why'd you have to go and say that? You got this whole world in on this great era of piracy. Easy for you, you're dying. But when those kids rise up all over the world, we'll be the ones who will have to deal with them. Just tell us about the One Piece before you die. Does it exist? It better. And just like, it's like, damn you, Roger, for actually inspiring this next generation.
Yeah. Before we move on to the next page, I feel like it's the first thing that caught my eye is the Fukurokushu seemingly burning to death.
Yeah, exactly. He's calling out for water, but Raizo won the duel. But it's also interesting that Komurasaki has donned the mask once again for that song.
Oh yes, that is also true. Yeah, and we still see Orochi is living the dream.
Yeah.
And also, it took me a few reads to notice this. We have Zoro just bleeding out again. The Grim Reaper thing, but then like as like that part of Onigashima explodes, it's like, oh, he's like falling down actually.
Oh yeah, he's not in great shape.
Yeah.
But Raizo wins his fight as Big Mom sinks down and is like, what is it? Where is it? Some of it's in this country too, isn't it? I'm so close. Kid, lol, they'll pay for this. Don't you dare assume that this'll kill me. And then we get the narration as she falls down in with all the armaments from the armory falling down after her. Emperor of the Sea, Big Mom versus the new generation, battle of the performance floor under the dome, winner, Eustace Captain Kidd, and the Surgeon of Death, Trafalgar Law. And just that massive explosion that the room still covers because they're still laughing and partying over.
Oh, I didn't realize that, but yeah. Wow. That's so good. Nobody noticed the thing.
After all this time, she's finally down, and I think this might be the best way she could have ever gone down.
Yeah, what an ending, right? Like, again, just throughout this, like, both through Whole Cake, leading up into Wano, it really felt like every scrap of progress. It just felt like, oh, these two, Big Mom and Kaido are just like these impossibly. How would you ever overcome them? And that, like, throughout all of this, that Kid and Law, like, just barely, right? Like, with a little bit of ingenuity, a little bit of BS with Law's powers, but, just a lot of grit and determination. I love this fight. And I think it does feel like, with all the buildup we've had over the Emperors, to finally see one of them actually. This is the first time we've seen an Emperor go down since Whitebeard, right? Like, yeah. Since,
and when Whitebeard was old and sick.
Yes, exactly.
And it still took that much to take him down.
Yeah. It does feel like this fight with Big Mom is like, it is in that territory, right? Like, it feels like, this is what it would take to take one of these people down. So it is so satisfying to read through.
Oh my God. I was just entranced reading these chapters, just loving every panel for how Oda just showed her downfall, how she was taken out ultimately. And thinking back on what it took, like how Victory in Whole Cake was just escaping her. Now, she seemed dangerous when she was out of her mind. Like, she seemed like she was more dangerous when she was out of her mind. It's like, no, she was not able to utilize everything she could do when she was out of her mind from hunger. She's more of a wild card for sure, but she's not as dangerous comparatively.
It turns out when you have a character like that who's like already has like an incredibly powerful devil fruit and is now like, let me push this to the limit. All of the different ways we see her powers being used, not only from Law and Kid's side of things, but from Big Mom, it's just like the techniques, the creativity and ingenuity, the back and forth, like we've been talking about. It's so fun. It's so fun. Fantastic.
It really puts in perspective Beijing's plan to assassinate her.
Yeah.
That was never going to work.
No, it was never going to work. Yeah, God bless him for trying. Also, what's this nonsense about Big Mom saying some of the One Piece is in Wano? What's that mean?
I'm assuming she means the red poneglyph.
Okay.
I that's how I interpret it, at least. I could be wrong.
And this is one of those things where I'm saying this because I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I was just like, it felt weird, but like,
shit,
it doesn't seem like it, but I feel like it has to be the poneglyph. but then she already knows that
that Kaido has
Kaido has it, so I don't know.
Yeah, and I wonder if that is also why, because I remember that one line from, I think that was when Kaido was fighting Yamato, and he was basically like, "I'm here because it's Wano," and so that makes me wonder if there is also something about Wano that Kaido knows, other than the road poneglyph. I'm spitballing here at this point.
Yeah,
but it's like guess. I guess. Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm like, I guess it would be. I guess like the road poneglyphs make sense, but I don't know. When I read that line, it feels more like, I don't know. Am I reading into it too literally?
The more I read it, it's like it's a strange line when she knows that Kaido has that road poneglyph.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it has to.
But it's also like she doesn't seem that she maybe knows, but doesn't. It's like there's I don't know. There's almost a level of like assumption, but is like even knowing that Kaido had a road poneglyph, that there was something about Wano. Something about the One Piece, part of the One Piece. The idea that not all of the One Piece is at Laugh Tale to begin with.
Well, I wonder if it's like almost like a piece of it is here because, well, Odin saw the One Piece.
See that?
So
right, and
maybe that part of it.
They don't know about the journal though, which is also
they don't. So the journal might be part of it. I don't know.
There's a lot of ways you could take this. I feel like that is such a like one last little nugget to send you off with the defeat of an emperor.
Yeah, right. Good God. But time for some celebration. After that, Kid is spent, eyes darkened, looking just absolutely just out of it. Law.
And they're both done.
Sword tucked in, just their eyes both darkened. Like they will not be moving anytime soon.
Yeah, I need a nap.
But their crews are celebrating. Like they beat Big Mom. This is huge news. This is monumental.
It is.
Congrats.
Yeah. No, seriously. Like it's hard earned effort. It's fantastic. Yeah. Man, what a battle.
But thanks to these new holes in the floor, Yamato and Momonosuke are able to speak again. It's like, wait, are you underground? But you're open to the air. It's like, yeah, that's right. A single bomb blew the bottom off the island. I managed to encase them in ice, so we avoided the armory exploding all at once, thankfully. And that's when Mo was like, oh, I'm glad you're still well. I cannot leave my current task. However, so hear out what I have to say. Zunesha is very close by. The elephant from Odin's journal? Indeed. A companion of Joyboy who committed a crime 800 years ago. Which we kind of knew, and it's just like, what?
Yeah,
what does this mean?
I don't... I think the Joyboy part is new, right? Actually, I forget if the crime part
I don't remember if I think the Joyboy part... Rich does know he committed a crime, I guess. But here's the thing.
Yeah,
it makes it. I don't think it's going to happen, but I think you could possibly read into this, some a way that this could go either way. I don't think it will. I think Zunesha is here to help, the Minx and Luffy and all that stuff. But by saying a companion of Joyboy, we think to the beginning of this set where King is like. Is talking to Kaido. Is like, you think I'm Joyboy? So you could potentially interpret that as like, oh, Zunesha's coming to help Kaido.
Oh God!
I don't think that's the case. Oh dear. Obviously.
Yeah. We're building up to this mystery about just it feels like we had heard hide nor hair about Joyboy for like 400 chapters, and then now everybody's talking about Joyboy. You're Joyboy, I'm Joyboy.
Everybody is. It's all something. So
yeah, I did. While we're on the topic, I feel like I forgot to mention with that conversation with King and Kaido. I feel like that also harkens back to why Kaido to Luffy, when he tossed him off Onigashima, was like, you're not Joyboy. So I wonder if like Kaido thinks that Luffy could not be Joyboy because of what King said, and that King thinks that Kaido is Joyboy.
Maybe. I don't know. There's a lot of layers here until we figure out what the hell Joyboy is.
Yeah. What are we talking about here? Oh boy.
I don't know.
But it's clear, I think sort of the B plot of this set is like, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah. It's funny. This is a shorter episode because it's mostly fights, but there's a lot to sink your teeth into.
Yeah, a lot of it's like there's no big revelations, but just all these little interesting little bits here and there. So clearly, with we only have so much time left, so some of these things are gonna have to start coming together. We
are 4 episodes from Film Red,
we got a month
which basically means the end of Wano.
Yeah, we got a month left.
And I don't think there's much fighting left. I'm not going to say... I'm going to say I don't think the fight's going to be over next time. I think the fight's going to be over in 10 chapters. I'm going to put it down like that. As in 10 chapters, the fight will be over.
All right. Yeah. So. I feel like we'll have some balance of fight. Wano is so gosh darn long that like we're going to need a lot of time to wrap up,
Yeah.
I think half and half is pretty reasonable. A pretty reasonable assumption at this point. Is just good lord. It's insane to think because Emperor's down, Lead Performer's down, Toby Roppo down. Kaido's it. That's it.
Yeah, everybody else is. Every other fight is done except for CP0 wandering around.
Yeah. We got CP0 running around, but as for all of the people we came here to fight, it's just Kaido, which is what a journey it has been to get to this point. Good lord.
I know. I think it was all the way back in Thriller Bark when we first heard about Kaido.
Yes.
Because Moria wanted to feed him with freaking zombies.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think I must have mentioned that when we were at Thriller Bark. I was like, that's very funny. And now you know why.
It is extremely funny. Oh my God. Well, before we end things off here, we do have an SBS. Person says, Oda, thank you for your hard work. I can't assemble my Yamato figure because I'm so curious about what All-Stars and Toby Roppo were like when they were children. If you don't mind, please draw them. And Oda says, it's a pity you can't assemble a Yamato figure. Okay, I drew Drake before, so there's no need for there. And here's the image to you. Where, they're just all kids. You get to see very much how much King is, especially with that spear, so Skypian coated.
Very, very, very Skypia coated. That's
yeah.
God, that's so good. Oh my goodness. Oh, I want to know more so badly.
It's kind of adorable how Queen is using his chemistry set.
Yes.
Like a little mad scientist, and then here's Jack just being Jack. I guess.
Yeah, he's got an axe. He's got some bandages. He looks like an awkward kid.
Yeah, he does, and he's still a fish man, which is still interesting. Funny how that really didn't play a part into it, other than he survived just getting knocked into the water. Right.
I feel like that was kind of the only reason he was a fish man, to get Oda out of that situation.
Oh, goodness. And then Who's Who with his eye still covered. But he's still practicing that kung fu. Sasaki doing his little sword thing. Black Maria is way cuter than I would have imagined as a little kid.
Yes. Very adorable, actually.
Yeah. And then, of course, Page 1 and Ulti, where somebody hurt Page 1, so Ulti's going to go take care of it with her spiked bat.
Weird,
still,
weird
still
little
wearing
bit.
the little thing. We never see it without her little
Oh
patch.
yeah, without the mask. Weird, just language note. For some reason, Ulti's name is written in half hiragana, half katakana. Normally, so every other character's name on this page is written in katakana, which is what you normally use for like loan words, like words that don't originate from Japan. And for some reason, the uru in uruti is hiragana, so it's curlier, and I've never seen that before. That's a very weird thing to do. Yeah, I think it might tie into her whole like trying to speak, oh however you dare. She's trying to be fancy.
That's a good interpretation. That might be.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
That's what I assume that is, but it's weird. That's a very uncommon thing.
Yeah. And yeah, that is it.
Man, what a set! What a set!
I love this set.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I don't know if Kaido being taken down can hit the same way as Big Mom. It's gonna be. I think that's gonna be a challenge on Oda's part. I don't know. I think it'll be satisfying. I just don't know if it can be as epic.
Yeah. I will not say anything, but I mean, you if you were listening, you heard how hype we got going through this fight again. It is so the back and forth nature of it really is like I feel like even within the context of with One Piece, we have so many things going on at one time. It's hard for fights to breathe like this, like they used to, and so it really felt like Oda crammed in every single idea he had into that kind of like 2.5 chapter stretch. So like it felt exhilarating.
Yeah,
I would be really interested to see.
It is my favorite fight of Wano so far.
Yeah, it's wild because like anime wise, I really like Zoro versus King. I think that would have been my favorite for a while. But reading the manga through these chapters, like like the Big Mom fight is like head and shoulders above I think all of them. So
yeah,
man,
crazy.
Which I feel like is how it should be. Like I said, I feel like that is how
she
beating
should be
an
more
emperor should feel like.
Yeah, agreed. But yeah, with that, I believe we've said all we've wanted to say about chapters 1036 to 1040 of One Piece. Thank you so much for listening, and you can find more of my ramblings and stream VODs over at BitNerd Games on YouTube or simply BitNerd on BlueSky. And Brandon, where can everyone find you at?
I am Brandon Bovia on BlueSky, talking about anime, manga, games, and my job. And two things. Well, I really wish I got my copies in of the Gundam manga that I worked on. I worked on a Witch from Mercury prequel that's coming out in August that I'm really excited about. This is the part where I would flash it on screen, but it's in the other room and I don't want to get it. And then other than that, I've finally been bullied into watching Witch Hat Atelier. I'm about halfway through it. It's fantastic. It's
I still need to see it myself.
I think you're gonna like it a lot.
I mean, from one volume of manga, I was sold. So yeah.
yeah. I didn't know that it was actually. It's a fantasy manga, but it's actually about artists.
Yeah.
Thematically, it is a manga about art, and I'm like, oh, you got me.
Yeah, that makes for a very interesting rule set and how things are done and just philosophy.
Yep. Yeah, the world building, the approach to magic, the philosophy of the characters, and just all the writing, just lovely anime. I can't wait to catch up.
Mm-hmm. Same. As far as myself, of course, I still have the book coming for the Metroidvania. You have a link to that in the description. I will say it was kind of funny because we're recording this the day of the Nintendo Direct, and we've been saying how we want a One Piece Metroidvania, and I joked about that on BlueSky. And instead we got Sanji cooking game, which I'm like, I heard the developers are good at this, so why not?
Yep. I really love how it looks. It looks like the GBA sprites.
Yes,
The
it very much
style
does.
of it, the sprite work, and it just chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Looks fantastic.
Take those
So
sprites and put them in a Metroidvania.
that's what I think. We're building up to that. I think that's what's next.
Who knows?
On the other hand, that same direct also had like the Vampire Survivors Jujutsu Kaisen thing. So it's like, yeah, man, anime games could just be whatever now.
yeah, it's not limited whatsoever. You know what? I'm down. You know what? It's an interesting game to go to after Odyssey.
yeah. Maybe we'll talk. I don't know if we could get a podcast out of that, but it would.
Maybe a bonus podcast. Probably one of the bonus episodes.
Yeah. I would be interested to talk about that when that comes out. Yeah. Stay tuned.
Yeah, support the podcast over on Patreon. But before I actually get into the whole spiel of that, that does connect to one other thing. Speaking of Odyssey, last time we talked about what the heck we're going to do when we catch up, and a lot of people, in fact, every response has been basically chapter by chapter.
Yeah,
that's what they want. It's been pretty much universal. So anybody that's actually responded to that question and suggestion, the only variation I saw of it is that when there's an off week, then use Odyssey, and that's like your chance to play through Odyssey and talk about that. So it's not a bad idea.
I like that a lot, actually. I think we could. I don't think we're gonna get like 2.5 hour podcasts out of individial chapters. No, I feel like we could. We could probably go for an hour. I think we could finally get the podcast back down to East Blue.
It's really funny to think about just the bell curve of length of the length of these podcasts. But yeah, I guess that would be one way for us to avoid spoilers about things.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so. I guess for now, I mean, it's still like it's a ways off till we reach that point. But
yeah,
for now, I guess that's where we're at. So
yeah,
gosh,
that's finally truly become One Piece at a time.
Yes, agonizingly One Piece at a time. But yeah, I guess for now that is the plan, to just keep season 1 going. But yeah. Anyway, speaking of, hey, if you want to help us out more, you can support the podcast over at patreon.com/Derrick Bittner. That's DerrickBitner to listen to the next episode ad-free 3 days early, as well as patron-exclusive bonus episodes, which includes us talking about the very first full filler arc of One Piece, which has been Warship Island. That's been very interesting, and we're gonna be the current one of those is going to be wrapping up that. Which means the next 4 are going to be commentaries on battle episodes from Wano.
Yep. Long time coming.
Because I think we have Sanji, Zoro, Big Mom, Kaido, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll be at that for a while. We'll be in Egghead and still talking about Wano. We have bonus episodes.
It's true. Oh, man. I can't wait until we get to Egghead anime reactions. Oh, boy.
Oh boy, so we're kind of filled up on that. Yeah, this will be interesting. It'll be very interesting.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting indeed.
But yeah, definitely check that out, and make sure to return next time as we discuss chapters 1041 to 1045 of One Piece. So until then, my friends, bye.
Remember to take life one piece at a time.
It's not fair, Roger. You should have told us before you left this world. The One Piece. Is the treasure even real? What is it? Where is it? It could be right beneath my nose and I wouldn't have a clue.